All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Good morning, Norm. How you doing? Welcome back, buddy. Make sure to unmute your mic and chat.
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing great. How about yourself, bud?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Good to have you back. Give us a quick update on how things been. We know you've been in your move, and we've been. I know you have not been trading as much as well. So just give us an update on
I
what's
haven't
going on.
traded. I have not traded since the Monday 2 weeks ago. I was on the air with you. Tried to do the morning show outside because it's the only place I could find decent internet in the house. I couldn't hardwire. I anticipated when I went over to the Airbnb to set up my whole trading station, and that didn't plan. That didn't work out. So it's like I've been on vacation, which is fine because I've had plenty of stuff going on, getting ready to move. Finally moved on Friday and over the weekend. I'm all set up. Well, I'm kind of set up. I thought I was all set up last night. I woke up to some issues this morning. And on top of that, my DAS password expired while I was away for those 2 weeks. So I've got no DAS this morning. I'm waiting for them to reset that. And we'll be back in business soon, 100%, hopefully tomorrow.
Excellent, man. Good to have you back. Welcome back. With that said,
Thanks,
guys,
everyone.
we've been having such an incredible a week.
Oh, my
Last week
God.
was just unbelievable. I got the spy up here.
Well, Carlos,
Yep.
here's what I don't understand, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're like right back where we were the last time you and I spoke on air. You
Yes.
had one hell of a crazy up week and then this nosedive back, and it's like we just been treading water.
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
nothing's changed for me.
It took a couple of days to get up here, and yeah, we're right back to this 300 area, 298. And again, this week it's gonna be great to see what's gonna happen. Are we coming back down here to test some of these levels? And now that we're doing this, actually, let's get some levels in here on the spy, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking to do levels on the spy. You see your highs and lows already got you covered towards the top here. You got the previous day close on here, but we got this great support which has been an area even when the drop first started, guys. Look at this drop right on here. Great area of support before we knew how bad things were going to get. You can see here supported here, bounced a bit, some buyers stepped up, and then another big drop here, losing that area. So we're right on that area right now. If you look to the bottom, we do have a nice area of resistance here. Here, a lot of people thought this was going to be it. We're coming down from here. It did quite a bit. You can see another level of support right over here, right? It kind of tinkered around here, up and down, up and down, up and down, broke out of it. But again, there's another great area, 278 as well. So let's see what the market is going to do, guys. Going to go into a quick market pulse. I know we've been talking about this now a bit, but overall, any news aside from what we discussed already and what might be coming up this week, Norm?
We've just got this pullback. I don't think anybody thought we were just going to keep running quite as hard as we were. So much anticipated pullback middle of the week last week. We're down fairly considerably this morning, but it's not it's not insane, not like we had back in March, like limit down kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. We're right at that 300 area. We bounced off 293, which is a level you and I talk about all the time. Because even to back last summer, that was a huge level. So we'll see where we end up.
Yep.
And then as far as news and the rest today,
Mm-hmm.
really not a whole lot of economic data today. And then there's a slew of it out for the remainder of the week. Earnings, really earnings season's kind of over. So we're just going to have a few reports here and there. Lennar's one of them that reports today. So.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Let's take this quick look at our gappers list before we get into it. We do have a lot in the red this morning on some single digits here, some high single digits. Usually our normal suspect, airlines and cruise lines here, taking a bit of a dive this morning. And then we'll see what else we have towards the bottom. Just the same players that have been very active. SPCA, DraftKings has been here quite a bit. Some of the banking units, I see Bank of America, where's West Fargo? They've been very active. I don't see them, and I don't see JP Morgan. Maybe volume is not there yet. Here's JP Morgan. So again, the same players, guys, continue to see the same suspects in here gapping down this morning. So let's start with what's gapping up today. We got three on this list. Let's start with Shop this morning. They are They're up nicely right now. 5.3 pre-market action is looking decent, guys. This is a great pre-market action. Now, the problem with this stock is that it's a high-price stock, but it trades almost like a low flow sometimes. This thing can really, really move, and the spread can be a little bit wild. But this right now is turning to be a good pre-market activity. As you can see, we got some good volume and up 5.3. So if you have traded this one in the past and you have been successful at reading the price action, this is one that looks to be in play today. I am going to put it on here. We'll do some levels for it. Are we sitting at all-time high also? Let's just double check here. No, we're not. A couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, we had some higher highs up here. But again, what I love about the daily, though, look at this range that it has been stuck in. The highs and lows are kind of covering most of it. We're slightly above this area of resistance, so that could be a good one to possibly come up and retest this 850 we had here before this huge drop. So we'll keep an eye on this one. The next one on our list is Mrna, guys. This one also has been very active. Going to remove some of these levels here. We'll do some fresh ones in a bit. As you can see, guys, it's kind of finding a beautiful base here at 60. We're popping up above that. Pre-market action is looking very, very nice this morning, and we are up 4.8, 402. Now, we've seen this type of pre-market action from them before in the last couple of days, but the intraday has not been all that pretty. So we'll have to wait and see. This is one that you really have to wait 5 minutes, 15 minutes, even an hour for it to start trending, or it might not. It might just move sideways and not give you any opportunities, but still have some really significant volume. Here's AZN this morning. They are up 2.8. Pre-market actions looking okay. We got 207 right now. The daily's a little bit funky. And Norm, cut me off if you have any news on any of these that we're looking at here in the green side. Again, I'm not seeing anything all that exciting.
I
As
was
far
going
as
to say
daily.
Shop had an upgrade, and I believe AstraZeneca here is COVID related.
This is which one? Oh, this one here, ACN,
AZN that
COVID.
you're
Yep,
in.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at the daily, guys. Very, very choppy right now within this consolidation that has been over the last couple of months or two. Just very, very choppy. I'm not sure what the intraday looks like. Let's take a quick look. So again, you do have some action on here as a Friday, but again, I'm not sure how this one's going to trade. Now, it is a nicey stock. Pre-market action overall for a type of nicey stock looks good. Let's keep an eye on it. It is one that's going against kind of the market a little bit. It's up quite a bit, 2%. Worth taking a closer look at. And I'm not gonna disregard Mrna completely. I think we should be watching that at least as a possible, because that stock we know can be very explosive. That pre-market actually continues that way and drives into the open. It could be very good to watch. All right, so we're starting with some cruise lines here, leading the way down almost double digits, just slightly here, 9% down, 8%. We got some sitting at a 7. So let's start with those. NCLH, as we know, CUK is I forget the right word for this, Norm. You know this. Is it a partner or a sub of a CCL, CUK?
In CUK, no, it's those are preferred shares. It's a different share class of
There you go.
stock.
Different share class of stock for that's combined with CCL. So we normally trade CCL, guys. It has more volume and trades a lot better, a lot cleaner. So looking at NCLH next year, this one, guys, right now, 2 million shares. Now, pre-market, we definitely seen better pre-market activity with 2 million shares being traded for NCLH. But today, this is looking pretty decent. Definitely going to be watching this one this morning. So NCLH, we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's take a look. Oops. Let's change this here. NCLH, here we go. NCLH, all right, we'll look at that one. Jesus Christ, it is a Monday. Let's see if I get my typing right. NCLH, there we go. Now next on here, CCL, guys, and then we'll look at RCL next. All of these leading the way. CCL, again, they're pre-market. We've seen better for sure, but they got the volume today. So a lot of volume in this kind of sideways action compared to what we've seen from them in the past. But look at this candle here, 200,000 shares traded here at around 8 o'clock. So that could just be some transactions being posted. But again, overall, 1.4, still a lot of shares. So slightly down this morning, as you can see. RCL is the next one. This one also looking very good, guys. A little bit lighter on the volume. I tend not to watch this one. I like NCLH and CCL, so I'm going to keep my eyes on those two. But you cannot go wrong with RCL as well. Very active this morning. All right, now we have airlines, guys. Save is the first one on the list. This one down 7.5, 965. And I'm going to actually watch this one today because it traded very well. One of the days last week where I saw it, it traded very nice. Here is SSL. That's not an airline, actually. So let me Let me just skip down to the airlines, guys, so we can cover those. Here is United. Now, United has been an all-time favorite for me alongside CCL and NCLA, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. I think this one out of the airlines that one gets incredible volume, and aside from that, their pre-market action is really good. Now, you cannot go wrong with American Airlines. We've seen them be very explosive. You cannot go wrong with Delta, and you cannot go wrong with JetBlue is so-so. It's not the greatest, but Delta and American Airlines definitely give you some really good action. So, but for me right now, I'm going to keep Safe and United on my list. All right, let's do a few more, and then we'll take it over to you guys, see what you guys like this morning. Here's MGM. MGM has been fun to watch, guys. It has been trading very well, has had some really good volume. I mean, if you look at several days last week in the at the open, it has traded very well. Right here, it took a bit to get going, kind of traded into a point, lost the view up in a nice drop. This was Friday, and if you look at before that, here's a Thursday, also traded very well. Look at the pre-market action on Thursday. Had a beautiful pre-market action, nice pop here. Look at this beautiful double top, guys. A nice drop towards the VWAP, and then look, just kept losing it on this moving average. So MGM has been pretty decent. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Just do one more here. Let's see if we find one that we've been watching closely. How can I forget? Here it is, BA. BA is another one that has been trading very well. I appreciate you guys sharing your trades on Twitter or doing recaps. Definitely tag us. I've seen a lot of you guys take amazing trades on BA and taking advantage of how great it has been trading. Right now, insane volume, 1.1 million shares traded. Not the best pre-market activity that we have seen. We're kind of just going sideways here for the most part, but we got some decent volume here, down 5.4. Definitely worth watching this morning. So we'll add BA to this list. Norm, I know you don't have your software ready to go, your platform. But aside from that, have you heard of any catalyst or anything that you like this morning without being able to look at the charts, which is a little bit tough?
Yeah, I've been on with DAS support trying to get my password reset, so I'm a little bit behind. But did you look at IRBT by chance?
IRBT, ain't that Interactive Brokers or that's some? No, that's iRobot, I think.
No,
IRBT.
iRobot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
iRobot. Yep.
vacuum.
Yep.
So I don't know if this will be in play or not, but I did see that they came out with a business update. I guess their sales are popping because people are at home so much that
Mm-hmm.
they're making their house dirtier and they don't have time to clean it. So I guess they've had some decent stuff on that. I know that this has been a favorite of short sellers in the past. It was a subject of a hit piece by, I believe, Spruce Point. Could have been Citron, but I think it was Spruce Point Capital did a hit piece on them
Mm.
a year and a half ago or so. So it's an interesting stock to watch. Don't know that I'll trade it, but it's one that I have.
Gotcha.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I see there's definitely some stuff going on here right now on it. Let's see if we can get the volume out of it. Worst case, we'll put it down as a possible this morning, but that type of news should create some activity for us today. All right, guys, let's start with our chat here this morning. What do you guys like? I see Mauricio is giving us JPM this morning. JPM, let's take a look. We're down 3.3 right now, 140. Again, pre-market action just going sideways as we're seeing with a lot of these stocks this morning. Again, with the SPY slightly down and kind of moving sideways. I think a lot of these are going to be hanging on to see what are we going to get out of this morning's open on the overall market. So again, just kind of going sideways a bit here. I like JP Morgan. I also like to watch West Fargo. WFC is another good one as well that has been trading well. Bank of America seems to be the one that tends to be a little more choppy. But again, all three of these guys are moving sideways right now. I'm going to wait for our buddy Jared. He's very good at watching these, picking the ones that are going to be trade a little bit better based on technical. So I'm going to wait for him to do his watch list later today and see which banking stock he's going to be watching. He also takes a look at Citigroup, but again, not much volume on there right now. So we'll hold on to that one for a bit. We'll wait for Jared to give us what his intake on that. All right, next we have Uber this morning. Edwin is giving us that one. Uber has had a couple of wild plays last week after they announced they're not going to be buying Grubhub or merging or whatever the deal was. That fell through. Had a nice little drop here right now. I love their daily. They're holding on to this area of prior resistance, support, and the support over the last two trading days sitting right on there. So I do like the way this is setting up. Pre-market though, man, it is not looking pretty. So I'm just gonna put it as a possible. I definitely want to take a look at it a little bit later. I think we can get something out of that. Julian is giving us Zoom, and Zoom has been just incredible. Continues to rip here, guys. Daily looks very good. Look at this great area that we have here as a possible level over at a 231 or so, the high for the last two trading days. Yeah, I like Zoom, guys. I definitely like this one here. It could be very explosive. Pre-market does it's not hitting our scanners yet, but it will. And it's one of the few stocks that we have that are going to be up this morning. So that's also makes it very interesting to watch going against the market here. Let's look at Tesla has been incredible as well last week, hitting over 1,000 here. Right now, kind of moving sideways, but has a good pre-market activity with some decent volume, right? So we're seeing a lot of choppiness today with stocks that are down specifically. It's just kind of moving sideways. Just kind of, I think they're just really waiting to see what the market is going to do overall. Now, Tesla on the daily looks amazing. A great area of resistance, support. We're sitting right on there as many of these stocks are today. Just kind of waiting to see what's going to be the next steps. Now, so I'm going to throw Tesla as a possible this morning as well. SCO, how are we doing on time? 8:46. Okay. SCO right now starting to get going. It looks like it might want possible breakout. We do have some room to run here towards the top. We have built a good base towards the bottom. Previous day close, and when we lost that, we did build another base down here on 1842. So could get going. I'm not seeing anything all that great right now, guys. And what kind of stock is this? Look at this. What is this? This is is it ETF? This is ETF. Okay, so this ETF is it crude oil? Yes, it is. All right, this is ETF, so it could
Short
do
crude,
well. Yeah, so it could do well.
leverage, short crude.
Yeah, so you want to be careful here, guys. I mean, we are getting a base down here, so it looks like it might want to pop, but that doesn't mean as much as it does expected to what the market is going to do. So you really got to watch what the market is doing. It looks like a possible pop here. Obviously, the markets are down quite a bit, so this can help it. But overall, I'm not going to have this one on my list. I tend to stay away from leverage ETFs. I prefer to trade regular common stocks. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. You could trade this, but you have to really know what you're doing and know that some of the stuff that we do on common stocks are not going to work on these leverage ETFs. It's kind of like the TVIX, right? Another one that you don't go in there just trying to trade an opening range breakup. You really got to wait for some type of news to happen to create some movement in your direction. Here's Oxy. Oxy has been very good as well, guys. Again, one of the cleaner stocks that trades very well in this sector. Right now, there's just moving sideways, down 5.9. Another one that could be great, but for the most part, we're not seeing anything on its own right now as far as a movement and volume. All right, heading on down. Okay, let's see what we have in our YouTube chat. So we have this morning. Let's start with Juan XSPA. All right, so what do we have here? So XXPA, this one, guys, has popped up a couple of times already in the past. Right now, some good volume. They are starting to get their pre-market going. How did it trade on Friday? Let's get let's take a look back here. So again, Friday, I remember the active pre-market action, but again, it did drop here. But this one, I don't recall the pre-market action. It's not the pre-market. I'm sorry, the price action at the open, how clean it was. I took this one off my list, guys, so I am not sure how clean these pops happen. I remember, I believe it was Andrew that took a trade on this one, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I'm not inclined to have this one on my list. Really, the daily looks horrible right now. The pre-market actually starting to get going. If it can get better, maybe. But right now, I'm going to put this on the side for the moment. All right, we do have Zoom. Zoom is great. JAKK. This is a penny stock, guys. We really don't focus on them. This one's active today, 512. It is down 12.5, but not really anything that we really look at. NETE right now.
I would say that's not much volume for a dollar stock.
How much did it have? I didn't even look at it. Yeah, 519. Yeah. That is not a lot of volume, guys. So you want to
It's
be
nothing.
careful. That is nothing compared. Yeah, on Friday though, they did have 16 million shares traded, which is a lot, heck of a lot more than what they do on a regular basis. Look at this volume down here. So again, you need more than this to even be looking at this type of action. So if you're gonna have this today, you gotta set some alerts or wait for something to really happen that can get this going. NET got halted right now on the way down, looks like. I'm not sure if it's on news or whatever the case may be. This move doesn't look all that big, so it could be on a what type of halt is it? Does it say? I don't have that info. So it could be on news or something. But either way, it had a big day yesterday, 12 million, I'm sorry, Friday, 12 million shares traded. We have traded this one before in the past. It is a lower price stock. We'll keep an eye on it. Usually stuff that gets
Yeah,
halted,
it's new. News pending.
News pending, yeah. Stuff that
News
gets,
pending.
yeah,
Yep.
stuff that gets halted. I really don't really keep it on my main list. But again, we'll see what when it opens, what kind of news we're getting there. Okay, what else, guys? So Zoom we have on our list looking very good. XRF, let's take a look at that.
A heads up to NETE is a 4 million share float.
Oh, it's lawful. Thank you
So
for that.
that'll have an
Yep,
explosive move probably whenever it releases
yep.
whatever news it's got.
Yep. So this one, guys, XRF again, China Rapid Financials. I'm definitely not watching this one. Volume is very light. Daily is horrible. I am gonna move on from that one. ARTW. Let's take a look at this one. Same situation, guys. It's not looking good as far as a daily and overall type of stock that we like. So we'll skip on this one. Zoom, we have already. CHNR. Let's do a few more on here. CHNR also 1.1 million shares. Another China Natural Resources here. But again, guys, look at this daily. I mean, look what it did Friday. Look what the pre-market action right now is very nice, very active. If you were not looking at the daily overall, not one that I want to keep an eye on. That's something that I'm going to be trading. Let's head down over to GUNS on the move. This was on the move also on last week. So right now, I do like the way this is setting up. Nice little pop here. It's not hitting our scanners because I think we don't have anything above under $5 here. But overall, this one's looking very nice, very active right now. We can definitely take a look at this one. And we are running out of space, guys. So I'm going to head on over to our announcements. So just a heads up, guys.
I forgot what this was like, man.
Yeah, we haven't had you in a while, so I'm
I
sure
had to
you.
come back to Gapper's list more than filling up a screen. It's thanks, I guess.
Absolutely. And we again is today is Mindful Monday, and we do have a video from Dr. Cass. I don't think we'll be able to play it, so what we'll do is because the sound won't come across over to our chat room. So what we're going to do today, we're going to set that up on YouTube and send the link out as soon as the show is over. He put in a nice message on us for us yesterday that he recorded, so I want to send that over to you guys as soon as we're done with our pre-market show. We'll post a link and send it over to you guys, and then we'll figure out how we can get sound from video into our chat room so you guys can take a look at that. So here's GUNX. I'm going to keep on that one, but let's go over to announcements, guys, and then we'll come back to do some levels.
Yeah, real quick, weekly rundown today. Obviously, Monday starts the week. We've got Brian's swing trade discussion and the closed show 2:30 p.m. And then Carlos with Class 1 onboarding live 8 p.m. tonight. Eamon's trade reviews Tuesday and Thursday at noon. That's in the classroom so that those actively trading can stay in the chat room and not be distracted. If you want to, you can always go over to the classroom and join the trade review session. Wednesday success webinar is 8 p.m. usually, and we will notify you if that changes. Occasionally, we have guests from around the world, so we've got to schedule a different time, but usually at 8 p.m. All right, speaking of success webinars, our very own Peter D from the chat, moderator, good friend as well. That's this Wednesday, 8 p.m. He's going to be talking about trading double bottoms or double tops, double bottoms, and how he trades those. Then next week, Thor, June 24th, 8 p.m. in the webinar room. Thor is going to be talking about how he analyzes volume and price. Guys, I just found out actually this Tuesday shrink wrap with Dr. Katz is postponed, so nothing for this week. The next week, Mike will be doing module 5. That's Tuesday in the webinar room, talking about mental resilience in trading. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you'd like to try it out, you can do so with a discount. Use the promo code premarket24. That's premarket24. That gives you a full week in the chat, including that Monday night onboarding session. So, if you sign up today, you could get all set up, do the onboarding, and then have 4 days in the chat to try it out. We recently launched our podcast. It's the Talk with Traders podcast. If you search any of your favorite podcast platforms, just search for Talk with Traders, and you should find it there. And I mentioned the closed show earlier. If you're on YouTube, you can check that out from 3:30 to 4:15 with Mike, Peter, and Brian. Thanks, guys.
All right.
And I wanted to thank everybody for the warm return I got. Everybody saying hi. So sorry I couldn't type and respond to everybody, but I am very happy to be back.
Thank you, brother. It's good to have you back. So welcome once again. All right, guys, let's go through this list. GNUX, as I still have it up here, continues to rip higher. So it looks like it might want to break out this morning. So let's start with this one right now. Our high of our pre-market sitting right at 494. So we'll throw that on there. And then above that, we got a great level here at 581. And then over here, another one at a 732. And obviously, these two over here definitely worth marking just in case it's going to be that type of day. But right now, pre-market, guys, looking very active towards the bottom. Definitely tons of levels, highs and lows from the last two trading days. Also, previous day close listed on here. All right, so we'll have that. We'll keep an eye on that one. Let's go through this list, see what we're going to keep this morning. Here is Shop, guys. Shop is active. I think it is possible breakout. We do got tons of support towards the bottom. I think you do have a possible of break coming back and testing this pre-market high. It's not my type of stock that I like to trade, so I'm going to get stay away from it. But 793.56 pre-market high right now. If we can get back up there, we do have some levels here that we can hit. We have already been all the way up to 844. Looks like on this stock it has been able to get towards this level. So right now it looks good for that type of situation. Towards the bottom, guys, plenty of levels. But again, for me personally, I'm going to remove this one. Here's AZN this morning. Again, they're active, guys. 232,000. I don't like their daily though. Their daily is very choppy. So again, although we have a good pre-market activity, I'm concerned with what type of action we're going to get out of this one. If you want to keep this one, you already have some levels here, guys. Highs and lows got you covered. Great support towards the bottom here on the previous day close, but it's not going to be a keeper for me, so we'll move this one out of the way. NCLH, I'm definitely watching. Highs and lows got us covered right now since we've been kind of dropping here, getting back to the area where we were a couple of a week or two before. So right here, the highs and lows in this area are really creating a good support and resistance, right? So we've been toying with this for a bit the last couple of days, as you can see here, resistance, support, and now just right in there, not really resistance or support, just kind of right in the middle of that. So towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market at 18, below that, great level of support right on here around 1644, which is the low from 2 days ago, 2 trading days ago. And then towards the bottom here, guys, another gray area around 1518. So plenty of levels on NCLH. Do not need to add any more, guys. We'll have to wait and see what this really wants to do here. So if you zoom out a little bit more, and you're going to see this also on a lot of the airlines and a lot of the cruise lines. This is a great area of resistance that we have for some time. Every time we kind of try to recover, we came around this area where you're seeing the price line now, right in here, and also right in here, and also before the breakout, right in here as well, several times testing this as resistance. So we're sitting right on that. Let's see what we can get out of that today. CCL as well, a little action sideways also here. I'm going to remove some of these levels. Highs and lows pretty much like NCLH got you covered. The low of the pre-market on this one will be though 1770, so we'll mark that down. And then aside from that, guys, I think you're pretty much covered. You have all the levels in here that you need for this morning. So again, great value, 1.6. Let's see what's going to happen as we get closer to the open. Another one that could be a little bit choppy at the open. You might get a pop and then a drop, or a drop and then a pop, depending on what the market's going to do. But I think those first initial minutes on these two are going to be very wild. So just be careful. Again, key here is to be patient and wait for your setup, right? You're going to need to do that on these two trades. And if you're a newer trader, waiting that 5 minutes can do magic for you. And if it runs away from you, it runs away from you. Wait for the next opportunity. There's nothing you can do about that. Here's a Save, guys, one of the airlines that's moving sideways right now, not really doing much for the most part, stuck between the highs and lows right now. And it looks like your highs and lows are pretty close to the highs and lows from 2 trading days ago. So I'm not going to mark the highs and lows from this morning. I'm going to use what we already have that we have tested in the past here a few days ago. So towards the bottom, I am going to mark down 1427, and then also this great level here of support, 1194, tested several times on here. If you could see that perfectly there at that 1194. United is going to be same situation, guys. We're heading back down towards the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. We're sitting right on this area of great support that we saw, resistance that is now could be great support. We're going to have to wait and see what happens at the open. Here, guys, towards the bottom, you do have your low from 2 days ago sitting right here around 32.24. I am going to mark down this midpoint here that I do like, 34.10, right? So you have several days using that as resistance and support. Also here, great resistance before we drop back down. We try to get above. We couldn't quite reach it, but we do have our low from 2 days ago covering this area and this area as well. So again, plenty of levels aside from that. Our price action stuck right in the middle. Here's MGM. I do like MGM. Let me remove some of these levels. It has been trading very well, guys, over the last couple of days. We're back at this area of prior resistance, now support. We're right in the middle of it. Towards the bottom, I'm going to mark down 1664. And then down here as well, 1549. So two good levels towards the bottom. Towards the top, you got plenty of resistance up there. Do not need to add anything more. Again, going sideways right now, as a lot of these stocks are, we're going to need to wait to see what the sentiment is going to be this morning. Where do we want to go up or down as far as the overall market? And I think all these stocks that have this insane volume going sideways, like BA. Look at BA right now, 1.2 million shares traded, and the range is so tight. Look at their range right now. High is 180, their low is 175. Now again, that's a $5 range, but that is a very tight range for BA. We've seen what these guys could do in their pre-market activity. They're pretty much going sideways right now. So 180.50 high of the pre-market. Your low of your pre-market is 175.21, but that is the low from last trading day on Friday. So I'm not going to mark anything there. I think you pretty much cover. Towards the bottom, guys, low from 2 days ago, and then from Thursday, and then right down here, 155.66, a great area of support and resistance now that can become support. That was prior resistance, a great level being tested several times. So I like that one. IRBT, we got some news behind this one, but we need volume. So I'm going to bring it down here above Uber. For the most part, we're going to remove it from the main list right now, and we need to see a little bit more out of that. Here's Zoom, guys. I think Zoom is going to be interesting. Not doing a whole lot in the pre-market, but we've seen this type of action from Zoom before, as we have mentioned. I am going to mark down the high of the pre-market sitting at 226 with 37 cents. So again, if we can get back above that, we have tested already this area twice up here. So we have a great level of support, which is of resistance, which it is our all-time high. So sitting all the way up there. Towards the bottom, guys, 210. A great area around 209 or so. Several days using that as support and resistance. You can see that beautifully here. And then below that, guys, 196 we have from before, which is a great level there as well. So I like Zoom. I think it could be very explosive. GNUS right now continues to be very active. Could not get above this 494. So big rejection happening there. Let's see what it's going to do coming down towards the bottom. On this type of stock, you can mark some pre-market levels within the highs and lows. Right here, guys, you see a great level, 450, tested several times. A few times we stayed above that. So let's see if we can come back to that, and if we're going to find support or we're going to get some rejection. So I'm going to leave that on there as well. So far, guys, a pretty good list, but the common thing on this list that we have this morning is a lot of stuff is going sideways, right? There's a very tight range. If you look at some of these airlines, cruise lines, they all have a very tight range. United, though, United's range is a little bit wider, and it looks pretty nice with some very serious volume, guys, 2.7. So I think United could be very explosive. MGM, same situation. BA, Zoom is a possible, guys. Again, doesn't have the volume right now. We need something out of it. And GNUS also looking very well. So I'm going to move, just make some room here. And I'm going to bring Zoom down. As much as I like this stock and I want to keep an eye on it, right now, the way it's looking at pre-market wise, it's not doing anything all that great. IRBT, a possible. Uber as well, another possible. Mrna, it's got volume, but also going sideways a bit right now. Tesla, another possible. Oxy as well. XPA and NETE. Look at NETE opened up, guys. Some craziness happening here. Up 70% right now, 600 and change in volume. What was the news on it? Do we know?
I did not see yet. Let me see if I can figure it out.
All right, so
I'll hop back in a second.
Not sure if it was possible.
Looks like they've got a merger. It looks like. Yeah.
Yep. Merger. So yeah, so some real good news for these guys right here. They are popping up nicely, up 82 and climbing. So we'll see how this ends up. Again, guys, be very careful here. Do not go chasing this stuff. Be very careful if you do decide to get into this trade this morning, pre-market. All right, let's look at what our moderators have. We're done a little bit early today, 9:04. So let's look at what our moderators have, and then we might have some time to check out if anybody else has anything. Again, if you want to recommend something for us to look at, make sure it has some good volume, guys, a good daily that we can get into some possible opportunities on. Right now, we only have Peter. So Peter is watching GNUS, AMD, NCLH, IRBT, BA, American Airlines, and SQ. And I think we looked at all of these, and some of them we have, but we did not look at SQ. So let's take a look at what's happening with SQ this morning. Now, Norm, stocks that run like this, like NET is running now, they do not get halted pre-market, right? They only get halted at during market hours. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'll be in the market.
Be in the market, right? So if you're wondering why, if, why this is not getting halted, is because one is pre-market action, so there's no halt there, unless it's news like we saw earlier. All right, let's look at SQ,
Yeah.
guys. This morning, I think what you like about SQ is the possible drop here, sitting right at a great area of support and resistance. I'm not sure if there's any news behind SQ. Yep. So SQ doing something on the. He likes the daily. That's what I figured you did like the daily. The way he's setting up here, the daily is nice. We had a nice little range up here over the last couple of days. We're kind of losing that here. So yeah, I do like the daily as well. Could be a good possible. I'm sure probably Brian will be watching this one. He loves SQ. It's one of his buddies. Um, all right, what else we have, guys? So down here, someone is giving us UAL. We have that one. MGM or is watching those two. Excellent. And then down here, we have Seed, SEED. What's happening here? Not much volume right now, guys. Very light. Great day on Friday, but not much going on this morning. All right, guys. I'm not used to being done so early, Norm. 9:06 a.m. So
I, I don't know how you are with the watch list as long as you had. You must have flown through it.
yeah, yeah. So we went through quite a bit on here. PCG. Let's take a look at that one, see what that's up to. Not much going on there. So, yeah, guys, this is what we have. I'm just gonna wait around for our moderators to give us some list of what they're watching. Norm, I know you anything you like. I know you probably can't do your list right now without your platform, but anything you like this morning that hopefully if we
I
get reset, you can trade.
I haven't even had a chance to look it over. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out of whack. My computer, I had everything set up, and then I've had test it last night. I walk in this morning, and it's a mess. So, you know, it's Mindful Monday. I'm going to be mindful of that fact that everything's a mess. I haven't traded in, what, nine business days.
hmm
2 weeks ago today was the last time I took a trade. So I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to get my stuff set up right. I'm going to test it out in sim, maybe mess around there a little bit. I've actually, in my time off, in the little tiny bit of free time that I've had, I've been kind of putting pen to paper on some new strategies to try out and test. So I might do that.
yeah. Excellent. That's the way to
We'll
go.
see.
That's the way to go. Are you gonna bring down your size too when you do go live? What's your plan when you do go live?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, no matter how long you've been doing this, if you go through any changes, if you experience any kind of disruption in your life, stressful event, anything like that. I mean, we all know that psychology plays a massive, massive role in your trading effectiveness. So I'm not going to sit here and go back to the size that I used to trade immediately. I'll kind of just ease my way into it. I do that after vacations too. Some vacations I trade. Last summer when we went to the Bahamas for a week and a half, I was trading most of the days there. That's a different story. But the times that I've been unable to trade on vacation, I do the same thing. So, you know, it's a good practice to have. Too many times I've had stressful events in life or whatever it may be, and come back and have a bad day and just add on top of that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
no reason to mess with that.
Yep, I agree 100%, man. Come in, take it easy, get a feel for the market, see what's happening, and then build up to that, to where you left off. Here's a NKLA, guys. Someone's mentioned this one. Now, this one we know was a crazy active last week. Right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot going on. Again, 198,000, down 3.1, but this is not a lot compared to what we've seen this thing do. I think it was it last week or the week before that we had these two massive days, guys. I mean, this thing went from 40 to 75. The following day, it did gap up, sold off for the most part, then hop all the way from 56 all the way to 80 again. So I don't think we're gonna get that type of swing today, but we do have some good volume building up now. But again, not a lot compared to what this thing has done in the past. So also, and if it
That's
is
some
active,
interesting consolidation on the daily, though, man.
yeah, it
It's
is.
I'm surprised it didn't sell off harder. It came back and it tested that 9 moving average on the daily and just bounced right off of it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, daily's nice, man. One thing about this one though, be careful, guys, with the spread. We've seen how the spread could
Oh
be,
yeah.
so be very cautious. It almost treated like a low flow stock, to be honest. Very small number of shares, and be very careful how you trade this one. All right, folks, that is what we have. Moderators are putting their list together. I'm kind of stalling a little bit to see if they can send me some stuff out here. We'll look at it. But if not, we are going to call it a day. We are going to release in a bit. We'll release the Mindful Mondays video on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, sign up, hit the like button so you can get that message alert. When we appreciate any thumbs up that we can get as well. So thank you for that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time. But don't forget to close today at 8:30. And also, if you just signed up in our chat room, if you're an intro member, tonight 8 p.m. We'll have the class, the onboarding class. So please join me. Me and Mike will be doing the class, and we have a whole bunch of good stuff for you guys to get started on the right path. So thank you for that. If you have not joined, take a look at it. Go to our website. You can join the intro membership, get a taste for what the environment and the chat room is like. So thank you guys for joining us. Take care, trade safe, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time.